Hey guys, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to our Sunday episode of the Daily Stock Market Insights with Miss JD. And today we are going to discuss the most trending stocks that we had for Friday. And hopefully we can become prepared in time for the market day tomorrow. Right? So before I get started, I'm inviting everyone to join us. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always updated whenever I have new videos like this. If this is your first time, I do review stocks in the Philippine market and in the US market. If you guys would want to request for those stocks to be reviewed, I can do that as well. So I'm active in both. I use COL Financial for my platform in the Philippine market, and I use eToro for the US trades that I have. Now, the focus of this discussion is really, for now, the stocks in the Philippine market. And as you can see, let's get started. I have the index in front of us, and looks like we had a good recovery last Friday. At the same time, of course, I want to call it out that we are at a possible resistance area in the short term. Okay, and reason why I'm saying that is if you look to the left, this used to be a support, right? Twice it was hit at that level, and then we got some bounce right over there. And look further to the left, this area used to be a resistance here, right? So this is just purely charts, guys. So once we break that previous support and we start to recover, your previous support can now become a resistance. Okay, so two things can happen here. If tomorrow the sentiment is going to reject, the MA20 is going to reject our price action somewhere at the 7,035 area, then chances are we could go back. Okay. However, if we are able to cross the MA20 line, then that is in a much better state. All right. So chances are we could move higher if that's the situation. We could move higher from 7,231 to 7,000. So this is the area. That's the next possible resistance I am looking at right over here. Okay. So this price level would be the next resistance in the event we are able to cross the MA20 line. However, if you get rejected, then chances are we could go back to the 6,800 level. Okay, so those are the key levels to look into. The 51 million foreign buying that happened last Friday is also a good indication that we're gaining the trust again of our foreign investors. So that's for our index. Now let's take a look at our main trending stocks. Okay, so Dito. So I was doing this earlier, however, my internet wasn't really participating. So I already have some lines here. As you can see, we're seated right at a possible resistance for Dito. Okay. However, if you're able to break the 1455 area, so we start, let's say, higher than this level, then that's going to be a good movement as we are. Is this going to be a 52-week? We're at a possible 52-week high right here. And if it's the all-time high, then chances are it's going to be very, very bullish for all of us, because once you are breaking an all-time high, then the market will dictate where the possible resistance is. And that could be, we don't really know where that is. For as long as, one, we have good volume, foreign buying is present, then it's really going to give us some good promising area to be our next resistance. Okay, in the meantime, I just want to call it out as well that our RSI is once we reach this level, right? If we have a double bottom, I don't know what you call this, it's like the cup and handle, right? So there could be a lot of formations or patterns that you can see out of this. at the same time, I just want to call it out that if this is the resistance area, 2 points over here, first high over here, and then your second high over here. However, your RSI is somewhat showing a declining momentum. So if it is going to retrace, then we can also face that possibility. But for me, my take on this is that the retracement, if ever we are going to have one, it's just very minor retracement. It's very short decline, which in fact is going to be a good opportunity for all of us to add more volume. Because try to look at the bigger picture of DITO, guys. We know that this is the third telco, and they're almost done in the technical audit, and then the launch is coming anytime soon this March. So that's the sentiment, my personal sentiment, and my outlook for DITO. I'm not hyping, but just for your own reference, okay? I'm invested in here, so if you find it like you're sounding too hype, just want to be transparent. I'm not hyping. I'm just sharing my outlook, okay? Please know that I am not a financial advisor. I have a different profile as yours. So please take the time to really reflect what your objective is, why you are entering in a stock. You might find DITO as a promising area right now, but this could not fit your profile. This could fit the profile of an investor or a mid to long term investor. Okay, and I personally am more of a mid and a position trader. So that's why if I'm going to, because I already partially took very tiny profit here, and I will use that buying power in the event it will go retrace and back at the let's say 1257 area. Worst case scenario, if it breaks down, it's going to be 11 area, but I don't think it is going to go as low as this level anymore. So that's my outlook. I see more promising actions to the upside for DITO. The next stock is another rock star on my list. It has given us an opportunity to buy some more. It has retraced, and personally, I'm also invested in the stock. Some promising projects, and of course, the sector itself. This is under the renewable energy sector, owned by the Ayalas, and a lot of projects ahead. Lined up in the pipeline. So this retracement, my take on this is in fact a buying opportunity for all of us. So personally, I already took partial profit here. Now wanna maybe by tomorrow, if we are going to have maybe 7 peso area, if it is going to go back to that level, then that for me is a good area to buy some more. I took profit 780 if I'm not mistaken. Let me just verify that. 780. So that's going to be an 8% discount. But my average here is, you can just check out my video. 7, I forgot my average here. Let me just see. It's really good if you document your trades, because I can just easily go back to these in the future. I'm opening it at the moment. Just 1 second. What is my average here? Either way, I'll get back to you on that. But definitely, this is for me a buy level, because we're sitting at a possible support. Used to be a resistance right here, and now is a possible support. Try to have it for a few cents, around 7 peso. Oh, my average is 635. There you have it. 635. Okay, somewhere here. So as I was able to add during this day when it did decline 5 peso, 587, I believe it was able to catch it right there, and it went up, locked in some gains. It will retrace, then I could buy some more. Probably 7 peso is already an okay price to add more volume. Overall, my outlook here is really, this stock is really bound to skyrocket someday. PHA. A lot of good news about PHA in the past few days, right? Let me just open this in the. Let's see over here. So I'm really more of a technical analyst person. I use technicals in most of my trades, but if I really have the time, I always open the news section of all the stocks to see what may have influence or what will influence the movements in the coming days. Okay. Agri-tech sector. Today, that it will be pursuing opportunities in the agri-tech sector through its existing subsidiary. PHA aims to leverage on the fintech expertise of its new partners. Okay, so of SquidPay technology incorporating the use of technology in agriculture, forestry, and aquaculture. Okay, so that's promising. Let's try to see here. Okay, so at the moment, we have here, I already draw the line earlier today. Uh, while the stock is moving higher, there are some healthy retracements happening. 2 days worth of decline, then recovers again and declines again. But one thing that I notice here is for the past, actually since January 25th, it declined, right? And slowly, when we've recovered, we've created some higher highs over here and higher lows. So for the past how many days, we're trending somehow, showing some recovery after a big or steep decline. So our trigger by tomorrow is that if we break the 252 area, we start our price higher than that, and we end one candlestick higher than that, then we are able to break this short-term resistance that we have plotted right here at the 252 level. And the chances are we could go push the price even higher. And the next possible resistance I'm looking at would be around 321, which was the previous resistance right over here. Okay, so if let's say you want to add more and you enter around 270, then you take profit, just do swing trade. That will give you a good 19 or 20% gain right there. But if you want to hold longer, then just take advantage of those dips and buy some more during those dips. But for me, the healthy here, maybe you can do test buy over here at the breakout point. When we manage to break out of this, just so you can confirm that indeed we're having an uptrend there. Because why am I saying that test buy is a not not too big of a size as of yet, because in case it declines, then at least your exposure is at a tolerable level. And we're just entertaining the fact that what if, right, it continues to go up and we can no longer buy it at a cheaper level. At least your test buy can ride the momentum going up. Okay, and probably if it's already starting to become too expensive, then that's just it. Your exposure is just at that amount. At least you are able to gain. Okay, so just reflect, guys. Of course, try to understand your objective and the strategy that you'd like to play here, because I might do it this way and it will not work for you, because it might take some time before it recovers. Those kind of things. Try to understand your profile first. How long are you willing to wait for a stock to go up? And what are your motives? What are your reasons why you're entering in a stock? You just want to trade it for like short term. If that's the case, then not you won't really need a lot of thorough fundamental checkup there. But if you want to stay longer, then I think the very first step is check the fundamentals, check the projects and the financial health of the business you're trying to engage in. So if you were able to watch my videos, I don't really have a habit of jumping from one stock to the other. My stocks are just, actually it's already a lot. I have 10 right now in my portfolio, but maybe some of them I will be locking in some gains the moment I reach some price levels there and try to reduce the stocks in my portfolio, so I will be able to manage them properly. But point there is I stick to them for weeks or even months. Let's take a look at APL. Okay, so APL, I don't know what's wrong with this chart, but it's not generating. Let's try. Oh, there you go. Okay, APL at the moment is still accumulating, and the volume is still right here, very near the 50 level. You have some foreign buying. So let us see if it is going to show some signs of recovery at this point. But at any time you get an opportunity, probably here around the 19.19, 0.18 area, that I think is still okay to accumulate. I'm thinking we are just going to stop at this level. The selling is already starting to decline. The volume of the selling is starting to diminish. That means people are holding on to their positions. Okay, no one really wants to sell anymore at this point. So I'm thinking we could be seeing some hopefully, right, a possible gap up and then continue to move up. Personally, my average here is 0.23. This too is in my portfolio, by the way. VUL. I'm not really mentioning the profit taking levels because you could have a different profile as mine. So take profit at areas where you feel you're happy with your profit. Okay. Now, what is in store for us for VUL? We managed to break out of this resistance at this point over here. So chances are with this long wicks going up and down, that means there could be a possibility that we will be moving sideways first and try to get in as near as you can at the 220 level. All right, so let's see the bigger picture here. Weekly chart. It's taking a little while. Oh, try the MG, VUL. Okay, we'll go back to VUL later. I don't know what's wrong with their chart. Okay, for MG, I'm not very familiar with this stock. This could just be a rally in the short term. Let me know what's pushing the volume for MG right here. So I'm just going to plot the support at the moment in this level because this used to be a resistance. One area here became a support and then resist right here again. So because we managed to cross that level, then chances are we could see a continuation going up. Um, but just be extra careful because I'm not really sure what's driving this stock to push higher. So 0.41, probably do an intraday trade for this. Just take advantage of the high volatility that's happening at the moment. Okay, so this level at the moment, you see our Bollinger Band, it's a bit wide. That means it's highly volatile at this point. Compared to this area over here, constricted, that means we're doing sideways. So you can experience some big movements here, and you can take advantage of that if you're able to catch the uh, at a good level, right? Use a faster time frame if you want to do intraday. Take a look at the daily chart first. That's so you can see the bigger picture, right? So at this point, we can say that there is a momentum to the upside, and then drill it down further, probably 5-minute chart, and then using the same methodology. If you're using Bollinger Band, use your strategies right here. So let's say this at the moment is doing sideways, right? Once it starts triggering to the upside, something like this, then that will be your trigger that momentum starting to pick up. But then you have to start with the daily chart. So as near as you can to the 0.41 level, that's a much better entry. Next is BSC. BSC is also what? trying to stabilize. Let me see. It's respecting the MA20 line. At the same time, if I'm going to use this ascending triangle right here, it's trying to challenge your resistance at the 1.14 level. And if we are able to successfully break that, then that's a good sign. We could be pushing it higher and higher and go back to the 1.90 level. That's what, almost 100%. Let's say 70. No, 60%. Okay. Right. So my take on this is that if, let us say, the price starts higher than 1.14 by tomorrow, then that's a breakout of this short-term resistance that we have formed at the 1.14 level. So this is a company that's into the renewable energy as well. ABBA. ABBA started to recover. That's nice. I had a not so good entry here. I took advantage of this decline right here. I said, okay, this must be, this might give us some immediate reaction after a steep decline. So I was able to enter at 1.29 right here. So 3 days of uncertainty, but good thing it's starting to recover. And we're very close to that. It also managed to cross the 132, but my exposure here is really, really small. So I'm not too worried with a few percent. We're just a few percentage away from our average here. So overall, I see 1.18 as a possible support. So we could have some long wicks like what happened in the past few days here. And for those people who are holding ABBA, just hang in there. I can sense some more push in the price higher in the next few weeks or next few days. I think what happened here, which I mentioned in my previous video, is a sell on news. They had a good news along with PHA because they are thinking of partnering here for a digital bank that they will be forming. But what happened was gap up, and then same day, it was on this day, and that was also the day I entered. Gap up, and then same day declined. People took profit. So I think the selling spree has stopped, and we're now going back to the actual race to the top for this stock. So good job for those people who were able to accumulate. In fact, for those who were able to catch it right at this right at this level, 114. Converge. Okay, Converge. So after a steep climb over here, people are already taking profit. So I'm thinking, let's try to measure this using our Fibonacci, okay? And find out. Let's see if it is. Okay, so these are the possible areas where you could closely monitor and check. If in case it drops, try to find out what happens right at the 1690, 1651, and down up to the 0.618 level, because these are the possible areas of bounce. Okay, so at the moment, I can sense that it will be retracing, but I feel that this is just a healthy retracement. Similar to Dito, Converge is already operational, and they're also starting to gain some loyal clients, right? So if they continue to excel in their operations, right, and improve their service continuously, then this stock is just really bound to move higher and higher, and some healthy corrections once in a while. So that is what I'm looking at. 1690, 1651, those are the key levels. Two nearest points of possible areas of bounce. Okay, so MerryMart over here, I was personally waiting for it to go back to the 1638 level. Around this area. Actually, was planning to the other day. it was on this day that I placed a 6.61, and then for some reason I lowered my intent to buy around the, I think around this level, can't remember, or this level. I think I placed it right here, because this used to be a resistance, and so it did not, that did not happen. But we'll find out. I will still put my support right over here just in case. But overall, this green candlestick could be a good indication that the stock is starting to create a higher low, right? Moved up, retraced, and I've shown a little sign of recovery right here. So this is higher than this point. So this means that could be our possible support at the moment. So we'll find out 668, guys, as a possible nearest possible support, and then we could create some higher highs this time, and that could be around 725. Now, similar to ACEN, MerryMart is also a stock, a company that's showing us some aggressive movements in terms of their plans and executions, right? The last news I read about MerryMart is their plan to also venture into wholesale, competing with SNR and Landers. So my take on this: at any time there's an opportunity to buy, which is the dip, um, that's a good area to start accumulating. So my prior for this week would be ACEN and MerryMart. MerryMart is also in my portfolio. GFC also giving us some signs, good signs of recovery here. So let us see if it is going to break the MA20 line. So I currently have an ascending support right here at this level. So if it doesn't break that, then we're good, and we could be moving higher and higher. The nearest resistance I see at the moment would be the 189.82. There. It's an area, so when I plot, could be slightly higher or slightly lower, okay? But right now, this is our ascending support. The selling has already started to, decline. Long period of heavy foreign selling. ICT. How is ICT at the moment? Okay, ICT, we got rejected, guys, at the MA20 line, so we could be experiencing some minor corrections here. And the nearest support I'm looking at would be, let's just put an area. So, because there you go. Very noisy. Yeah. Imagine this, there's a slight overshoot here, but technically we're still almost very near the MA20 line. So if we get to break that, then all good, right? This stock has also climbed up for several, since April. This has been rallying. Okay, so really important that this does not break. Otherwise, that long rally to the upside could be a start of profit-taking spree here, because this is already a huge jump in the price since April, and this is starting to just, let me see here. Okay, look at this. We reached the peak at the 128 level, and then your RSI has been declining. So like what I mentioned, it's critical that this level does not break. Otherwise, you will see some more dips in the coming days. But in the meantime, in the next few days, I'm anticipating that this stock could revisit this level. Okay. Um, overall, if I'm to look at it in my own perspective, being a position trader, I find this stock on the expensive side already. This one, I don't know the story here, but I see some more dips. Next possible stop would be 1.26. Okay, so just be extra careful. If you're already profitable coming from this period, I hope you have already taken profit, especially when the price reached the 1.92 area. That was your chance. So if it's going to drop, the next support I see is 126. BDO. BDO, almost the same pattern as Jollibee and the index. So if it continues to climb higher, then we're good. We are, especially when we break the MA20 line, that's our indicator. Good indication that we are now going to have an uptrend. At the moment, let's still check because your resistance is still right over here. You have a declining resistance because previously we were on a downtrend. When we did this, this was a, a sign that we're going to dip, and it did. Okay, so we have to break this first, which is very near now. So my take is if you already have some stocks here, just hold on to it first. But overall, if you're imagine this, if you are a long-term investor, you're still very far from the peak. But hopefully, when I mentioned last time that I already took profit around 110 level and it declined. Good thing I was able to exit. I exited all my positions there, but I was not able to catch it right here. But that's fine. I feel good with the current stocks that I have. If if only it's not going to be too messy or too noisy. If I have so many stocks, then I could have bought around this level because this is already a good bounce right here. But I have to maintain. I have to ensure that we will be able to monitor the stocks we have in our portfolio. I see some posts where we have so many stocks in our portfolio, and that's not going to be very healthy. In fact, the 10, I really plan to reduce that if only if I can lock in some gains in some of them. I plan to reduce them. MPI, we got rejected. This is the third day we got rejected here. So I'm not expecting a lot. We could be retracing first. Probably it'll go back to the 4.04 level, given that we have a doji right here. So stay in MPI for me. Look at MPI for long-term investing, but be prepared because this is one of the slowest moving stocks in the index. SM, it's nice that we recovered, but we're still right at the MA20 line and we haven't crossed the MA20 level. So this could be another example of a lower high, right? Currently we're on a downtrend and we bounced, but in a downtrend, when you're bouncing, you create a lower high. And I feel that at this point, this is still a lower high. Unless we break the MA20, like what we mentioned in the previous stocks, we have to break the MA20 so we can break the downtrend channel. So this is how it currently looks. This is your downtrend channel. Okay. There. So if it gets rejected, then it will go down and probably create some lower lows, probably around 971. Otherwise, if it's starting to recover, then it normally goes back to the previous low and create a double bottom and then recover. So at this point, wait and see game for SM. UPM. UPM, there's a big gap right here. We ended with a red. So guys, be extra careful. I can sense that it could drop some more. Okay, seeing at a 0.0095. AR. Your short-term resistance for AR would be around this level, 0.0062. So if it breaks that, then that's a good story. But if it breaks this MA20 line, then we could see this stock dropping somewhere. I already exited here with a very, very tiny profit. But this is what you have right now, okay? Your resistance, your support is currently respecting the MA20 line. Hopefully it doesn't break this area. Let's say if we end by tomorrow around the 0.055 or this level, then that's not a good sign. It could drop further. That's the case. BPI. BPI, interesting, starting to trigger that MA20 line with some foreign buying. So let's find out if this could be our new support right here. This could be a new support, right? Looking at it, resistance over here, then we crossed one candlestick higher than that, then we could see some stabilization first before it moves up again. At the moment, let's take a look at this price level as our next resistance right there. And if you do that, that could give you a good 3%. So I suggest just accumulate first and then wait for it to mature and then move higher and higher. Overall, see that at one point in 2018 it reached this level. But we are already at the pre-pandemic figures of BPI. So hopefully you already have a good base right here. So this is for long-term investors price level. Let's take a look at one of the requests. RC requested IDC. IDC, this could be a start of a bounce, right? Yeah, giving us some positive movement here. This is your support. Used to be your support, used to be a resistance, some accumulation that's happening from the foreign side, but not that significant volume as of yet. See that? So in case it fluctuates, probably it could go back to 299, then continue to push a price higher. But we'll see. So far, it's already giving us some higher lows, right? Around the 3 peso level. Looks like the support is right here, 3 peso area. But very, very near. Okay, so I don't know how fast it could move though. Maybe we could have the green version of this heavy decline. Well, we'll find out. The next one is EEI from Emilia. True. Thank you, Miss JD. May I know your insights on EEI? EEI, nice. Nice. This is our support. That's our support. And you have a solid green right over here. So chances are we could be pushing the price higher. Our nearest resistance though is right at this level. So range trade is the nearest play that we can execute here. And then that will give you around 8% gain. Otherwise, wait for a breakout and see if the momentum is still there, especially with the volume. The volume started to spike up last Friday, so that could also mean something. Let's see. But the ultimate trigger here is let us break the resistance first. Papsky World, Miss JD, 10 of 5 or 5 of 10? Same hawak ko stock. Maraming salamat. Yes. So I try to expose myself to stocks that are highly traded so that it's fast moving. At the same time, these are the stocks with stories, with catalysts why they're moving. So those are the reasons why I'm in those stocks. Okay. So in the meantime, that is our first part of this afternoon's video. Really sorry guys, earlier I was already recording, but for some reason my internet did not cooperate, so I had to repeat it. Okay, so for now, I think this should be good. I look forward to your comments, likes, and of course, subscribe. That way, YouTube will discover us. Also, if you wanted to start trading the US market, I highly recommend eToro. In eToro, you can take a look at some of my videos there. And yeah, you can also check out my trades there. Okay, in the meantime, thank you for watching and bye bye.